First of all, to let you know that HE, the president, has been touring the country and mainly monitoring and assessing the performance of the wealth creation programs in the country, but also the other programs of government. But his main focus is on wealth creation programs, especially the PDM, Parish Development Model, Emyoga, and other initiatives. But of course, as a president, as a head of government, he also looks at the other programs of government. He started this in 2003, and he began with the Acholi sub-region, because he goes in a sub-region and spends there 3 or 4 days. And I will let explain what he does in those 3 or 4 days. So he began with Acholi sub-region, then moved to West Nile sub-region, and then moved to the Greater Masaka sub-region of Uganda, Greater Masaka. And then he had a pause. Then last year he resumed. And he began with the Bukedi sub-region. Then we moved to Teso sub-region. Then Karamoja sub-region. Then we came to Sebei sub-region. Then Bugisu sub-region. Yes, actually went to Bugisu as we went into the Christmas and the end of year festivities. And then after the festivities in the new year, he resumed with the Busoga sub-region. And then just a few weeks ago, we did Lango sub-region. And now this week, he's beginning the tour of the leg of Western Uganda. And he's starting from Kigezi here, where he will be starting tomorrow, as I'm going to explain. And then after Kigezi, he will be going to Ankole. From Ankole, he goes to Toro, Wenzoli region, and then Bunyoro, in that order. And then he will end with the remaining part of Uganda. Then he will have toured the whole country. And that's how it will move. So beginning tomorrow, like I've said, the president is beginning the Western Uganda leg of his movements. And the program, usually where he goes, is that on the first day, his team from State House, working with the leaders of the region, usually identify farmers in 2 or 3 districts in the sub-region. Farmers who will be visited by the president, particularly those who have received the PDM funding or resources and have applied that 1 million appropriately, and their lesson is to document, or it's a promising story. Because sometimes also he can visit model farmers who have made progress, even if they haven't got money from PDM, but they have invested in model farming. He visits for other people to learn from. So usually the first day is dedicated to visiting the farmers. Then the second day, he usually holds a leaders meeting for the region. But before he goes for the leaders meeting, he first commissions some of the projects in the area which have been identified by the leaders. And then the third day, the major event is a rally within the sub-region. The team on the ground, the leaders working with the State House team, identify a district where the president will hold the rally for the region in one district. And also again, before the rally, there may be activities which he carries out, but particularly he holds a media briefing to address issues of the region, where he interacts with members of the media before he goes for the rally. In the case of Kigezi, this is how the program is going to run. Tomorrow, the president will start with a farmer who has been identified in Kisoro district, in Kisoro municipality. That's where he will start from, and then he will come to Rwanda to commission the electricity substation, the power substation, which has been constructed by government. I think it is the Hamugwa area, Hamugwa Karukara area. And then he ends with visiting a farmer again, I think in the Bubale area in Rwanda district. So that will be the program for tomorrow. Because the other farmer is the Kanungu, but because of the geography, we thought moving from Kisoro, Rwanda to Kanungu, and yet there's another activity in Kanungu on the following day. So that's how we packaged the first day. Kisoro, see the farmer, then the power substation, he commissions it, then see the second farmer in Rwanda. That will be day one. Now day two, which is Thursday the 13th, in the morning, he will start with Kanungu district, where he will again visit a farmer in Nyamirama sub-county in Kanungu. That's Chinchi's West constituency, Nyamirama. And then he will proceed to Kanungu district headquarters to launch the Nyekundire, NRM Nyekundire group. These are volunteers, women and men, as well as young people who are volunteers, mobilizers. They had requested him to come and launch them. So he has agreed to combine that with this visit. So he will be in Kanungu district playground to launch that team of NRM Nyekundire mobilizers. And then in the afternoon, he will proceed to Kunjiri, where he will meet and engage with the leaders of the region. So the leaders from the 6 districts and 3 municipalities will all be in Rukunjiri. They have already been invited, and we are going to have over 900 leaders from the region who will be in Rukunjiri to listen to the president. The way we arrange the leaders' meeting is that the leaders should be there by 9 a.m. in the morning. And then we have arranged a team of various ministers from some key service delivery ministries to address the leaders and have interactive sessions. Namely, the Minister of Works and Transport to discuss issues of transport and infrastructure, the Minister for Energy and Mineral Development to look at issues of electricity, minerals, and other related services, the Minister of Health, the Minister of Education and Sports to look at those services, the Minister of Agriculture to look at issues of agriculture and animal husbandry and fisheries in the region, the PDM Secretariat and the Ministry of Local Government, the Ministry of Finance, particularly the Myoga sub-program. All those ministers come, make presentations, and engage with the leaders who ask questions so that there is a better appreciation and understanding of how government has implemented those programs. And then through those interactive sessions, we are able to know the progress registered over the years, but also where there are gaps and challenges which must be addressed by government. So those sessions take does the morning program, like in this case being in Kanungu, to visit the farmer and also launch the Nyekundire group. Then that interactive session of the leaders with the ministers is taking place at the leaders meeting. And then the president comes in the afternoon around 2 p.m. now to have that second part of the leaders meeting, where the leaders of the region, among other things, will present a memorandum that captures the issues of the region to the president, and then the president addresses the gathering. And like I said, his major focus is on areas of wealth creation, particularly PDM, Emyoga, and other related programs. Why he does that is that the NRM government has been able to register a lot of progress in many areas, especially of service delivery, whether you speak of transport, infrastructure like roads, whether you speak of extending electricity, healthcare, education. There are many things which have been done. But the biggest war that we are fighting now is the war of wealth creation. How do we empower Ugandans to get out of subsistence livelihood and move into the money economy? That's the main thrust of government programs in this Chisanja. That's why the president takes time to focus on wealth creation, but he addresses many other things. And the leaders in the memorandum raise all those various issues: health, education, roads, all the issues which affect the region. So that will be second day of the president. The third day, the major activity on the third day is the rally, which will be in Ruchiga, in Gwamuchuchu. I think that's where they have organized the rally to be. But he starts with the commissioning a number of projects. And particularly here in Kabale, he will be commissioning the skilling hub, which has been supported by State House, which is a facility that the government is using to train and give skills to especially the young people in the region. So he will start by commissioning the skilling hub. I think the Katuna side. You know where it is? Yes. Kamuganguzi, yes. And then he will come in town and commission the Rushoroza Road, which was constructed under the USMID project. Those are the two major projects he will launch, and then he will proceed to Ruchiga to hold the regional rally there. Now, the program stands now, because of those many activities, he will hold the media briefing on Saturday in the morning, unless the program changes, but as of now, that's how it is. And he usually holds the media briefing from where he is staying at the State Lodge. So if he's at the State Lodge, that's where the briefing will be. If he stays in Ntungamo, sometimes they do that. So wherever he will be staying, that's where the media briefing will take place. The media team from State House will come and engage with you so that they accredit those who will cover that media briefing. But that will be done in due course. So in a nutshell, that's how the program of the president will be. And we invite members of the public to receive the president with a lot of enthusiasm, with a lot of warmth in those different events. Because like when he's commissioning the skilling center, there is nothing which stops members of the public from the area to be there to welcome the president. Or when he's in Rushoroza. Much as he may not hold a rally in Kabale town, but our residents, our people here can assemble at those venues where these projects will be commissioned for them to receive HE, the president. But the major rally where we expect the people of Kigezi to go and welcome him will be in Ruchiga, where he will do the regional rally. So in as far as the program of the president is concerned, that's how he will be moving in the greater Kigezi. And then once he finishes, then he will be moving to Ankole and then the other regions, as I have already explained.
Okay. Let's first go